Las Vegas is a city that is in a state of never-ending change. Right behind me is the historic Tropicana Hotel, which after 67 years of operation is in its last few weeks of operation. To many, this hotel may be an outdated relic, but to others, it's an opportunity to step back in time, perhaps to simpler times, to memories gone by. Join me as we tour this historic property. All right, let's begin our tour at the main entrance. And when you first enter, you're going to see this beautiful stained glass ceiling that goes over the main gaming pit. To the left, of course, we have some slot machines. I really hope, however, that this glass ceiling is safe from the demolition, because it is something that has really made the Tropicana, and it's unique in Las Vegas. Up ahead, we see Chillums. This was one of two bars that was open when I visited. As we continue our tour, you'll notice that the gaming floor is rather small compared to more modern resorts. That's something that's pretty typical of a resort built in this era. The Tropicana opened up in 1957. I did find, however, there was a great variety of games. We're now at Robert Irvine's. I definitely enjoyed some great beers here when I visited. You see one of the more unique areas of this hotel. This is the mezzanine. And this really shows the history of this property. We even see a glass elevator off to the left, and that's not something you would really find in more of the modern properties. We find ourselves now on yet another unique part of the hotel. That's the Skywalk. Now, as we continue in here, there's actually two restaurants here, one to the left, one on the right. They were actually already closed by the time that I visited. But the Skywalk's neat because it really helps to set the ambiance of this resort. There's windows that overlook the pool area, which I thought was really nice. And something to consider is that this is not something that would be built in modern day Vegas. The mega resorts are all focused on maximizing size with their properties. We're looking over here now, we get a nice view of the pool area. The pool was unfortunately closed when I visited. We're now at another unique part, the glass elevators of the club tower. This is something that's unique. I cannot think of another resort on the Strip that has these, but I like these because they really gave a nice view of not only the Tropicana, but the surrounding resorts, something that will make this to be missed all the more. We find ourselves outside on the grounds of the resort now. We see some of the ponds that surround the Sky Bridge, and I believe there's some waterfalls originally here as well. We're now coming up to the main pool. It's funny, I remember swimming in this pool as a kid when I was about 6 years old. My parents brought my brother and I to Las Vegas and we stayed at the Trop. One of the things I really liked was how the pool was partially built inside and outside, so you could actually swim right into the hotel. We got another good view there of the club tower. What we see here now is an area that looks like it was set aside for weddings. It doesn't look like it's been used in quite some time. Continuing our tour, we now see some of the rooms here that are not only the oldest at the Tropicana, but some of the oldest on the Strip as well. Back when many of these older resorts first opened, they did not have these high-rises you see today, but rather these bungalow-style rooms. And that's how most of the major resorts in the 50s and 60s got started. We find ourselves now back inside the hotel on the second floor once again. This is a different area of the hotel, however. It's where we find the Laugh Factory, where a lot of comedies greats have played over the years. A recent one was John Lovett's. And what we're going to see across the way here momentarily is the Tropicana Theater. This is where famous shows such as Folie Bergère, which was at one point the longest running show on the Strip, played. Now we're in the room I stayed in. This was definitely a comfortable room. It definitely showed some wear and tear, and I think with a hotel this age, that's to be expected. I really did like the artwork that we see here up ahead of the gentleman holding the trombone. One area that I did see quite a bit of wear and tear was the bathroom. We had a pretty persistent leak, but I enjoyed my time here at Tropicana, and this is a hotel I'll definitely miss. With that, we say farewell, Tropicana, Las Vegas, and thank you, everyone, for joining me as we toured this Las Vegas legend.